Before we opened, Matt Trevison made our wine. He's a very well-respected winemaker here in Paso, and he once told me the best winemakers in the world can only improve upon the fruit that they're given or that they acquire by maybe 10%. You can't take really crappy, excuse the language, crappy fruit and make it into really great wine. You can make great wine out of great fruit. That's the way it works. So we've had our vineyard here in Paso Robles for about 25 years now. When we first went to put it in, I knew really nothing about wine, probably less than anybody that might be watching this video. So I learned there's an organization in France, it's called ENTAV. It's an acronym, ENTAV. Now when you go online, you'll find ENTAV-INRA. So ENTAV is Enological Nationale Technique d'Amélioration de Viticulture. And I apologize for the really poor French pronunciation, but it means, loosely translated, the Department for the Improvement of Grape Growing Practices. And they supplied well over 90% of all the grapes to all the vineyards all over France, and have for a long, long time. They weren't allowed to sell in the United States. I think that was kind of a reaction to the phylloxera problem, where we Americans accidentally sent some infected plants that had phylloxera and basically infected most of Europe, and over a couple of decades they had to replant all of their vineyards. So now there became a big fear about bringing in plant material from other regions. But they cut a deal with the USDA in the late 90s, allowing ENTAV to send cuttings to specific licensed nurseries so that we could do original French wood. And anything that has been certified by ENTAV comes from old growth, well-established French vineyards. What is ENTAV? Why is that important? That's something nobody talks about. They'll plant, if I remember, it's been a few years now, I think it's 6 hectares, so about 12 acres or so, of a variety that they want to certify. And they grow it for 4 or 5 years. And every year, there's some vines that break bud really early. You pull them out of the ground. They break bud really late. You pull them out of the ground. They get a virus. You pull them out of the ground. They have a very light crop load. Pull them out of the ground. They have extremely heavy crop load. You pull them out of the ground. So after those 6 years, what's left gives you very consistent growth. What we want is every plant to ripen at the same time. So if we're trying to pick at 25 bricks, we don't want the range to be 23 to 27. We want the range to be 24.8 to 25.2, a very tight range. We've got 4 clones of Cabernet here. Clone 4, which is right behind the camera, has like 4-ounce clusters. And they very late bud break on them, and they grow well in really dense soils. On the hillside, to the left of that, is clone 337. Those clusters like 3/4 of a pound. So each vine is carrying 2 to 3 times as much fruit. So it's going to take longer to ripen. So if we just said Cabernet is Cabernet, and you throw it all in one big block, and you have some stuff ripening early and you have some stuff ripening late, and you're going to get that wide range that we really don't want. We want to get a really tight range. That makes the winemaker's job a lot easier.